Hi everyone. Today we're going to talk about slopes of a line. It's very important that you know your rectangular coordinate system first before you watch this video. So if you want to have a review on rectangular coordinate system, I have a video for that. Simply click the card shown below. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you will be notified when I release new videos. Enjoy watching!
In this lesson, we are going to learn how to get the slope given 2 points using your formula and using the graph of the line. Okay, let's recall that a line is just a set of points forming a straight path on a plane. Okay, so let us get the slope of the line through distinct points x1, y1, and x2, y2. So as suppose I have my 2 points here. This is x1, y1. As you can see, x coordinate is x1, y coordinate is y1. This is my point, x2, y2. Okay, how do we get the slope? The slope is given by y2 minus y1. What is that? That is actually, let me just draw these lines here. These are supposed to be perpendicular, okay? Wait, let me do that again. This. Okay, anyway. So what is y2 minus y1? y2 minus y1 is just the length of this segment here. That is y2 minus y1. Why is that? Diba? For example, let's say this is 5. This is 3. What is the length of this line segment from 3 to 5? That is 5 minus 3. Correct? Okay. And what is x2 minus x1? Graphically speaking, it refers to this line, the length of this line segment. This is x2 minus x1. And this y2 minus y1 is what you call, that's the rise. And this x2 minus x1 is called your run. So our slope is given by rise over run. And what is this saying? This is saying that, let us interpret this, it's saying that it's equal to the difference of the y coordinates over the difference of the x coordinates. But be very careful. If you started with, let's say, these are your 2 points, right? If you started with y2, with the y coordinate here for your rise, you should start with the x coordinate here also at this point. You cannot interchange the order. My point there is that you cannot, for example, if you start with this point P1, if you want y1 minus y2, so that is saying you started with P1, you should start also with P1 with the difference in x coordinate, x1 minus x2. Understand? You cannot interchange the points. Okay, but my point there is that you cannot write this suppose as y2 minus y1, but then here you have x1 minus x2. You cannot do that. Now let us see, why is this called rise over run? So you can think of it this way. So when you're at, let's say I am at x1, I want to go to I'm here at P1. This is my P1. This is my P2. Okay? From P1, I want to go to P2. How will I do that? Or from P2, I want to go to P1. This is what you need to do. You go down, rise of this one, this length, and then you go to the left. Let me illustrate that in this example. So for example, we want to find the slope between negative 3.2 and 3.7. I will show first the how to get the slope using just the formula, and then we will use the graphical method. Okay? So using our formula, our slope, we usually denote it by m. That's the slope. This is the slope. Okay? So if I start, let's say, with negative 3.2, remember that is difference in y over difference in x. So if I start with 2 here, so that's 2 minus 7, okay? How about for the x, difference in x, I should also start here, okay? So that's negative 3 minus 3. So what is that? 2 minus 7 is negative 5 over negative 3 minus 3, that is negative 6. Okay? Or, in simplest form, this is 5 over 6. Understand? So this is by using the formula. Now let us get the slope using the line. Okay, first what I will do is I will interpret this graphically. Suppose, let us first plot the points. We have negative 3, positive 2, so that's this one. Okay, and then 3, 7, 3, and then 7, so it's here. Okay, there. All right. So now we will view this as, okay, we want to compute this using rise over run. Okay, so rise and then run. Okay, I suppose I will start here at the point negative 3, 2. Let me put a label for that. That is, this is my negative 3, 2. This is my point 3, 7. Okay? So what I need to do is to go from negative 3, 2. I want to go to 3, 7. So how will I do that? I will go up, okay, by how much? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So that means my rise is 5. Okay? And then from there, I need to go to the right by how much? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? So that is my run. So therefore, what is my slope? My rise over run is 5 over 6. Now remember, when you are doing this, these are the points that you need to remember. Let me just erase this. So for rise, when you're going up, that means that the rise is positive. So for rise, when you're going up, that means that's positive. When you're going down, that's negative. For the run, when you're going up, you're not going up. When you're going to the right, you're running. When you say run, you're going left or right. When you go to the right, that's positive run. If you're going to the left, that's negative run. So remember this. Okay? So, what if, remember when we had this, we started from, let's say this is my A. This is my A, and then we went to B. Let's see if we get the same answer if we started from B and then going to A. Alright? So let me just erase this. So remember, what we want to do is to go from B to A. Okay? So from B, what I can do also, I will now go down. Okay? So when I go down, that's a rise, correct? But since I'm going down, the rise would be negative. Anyway, so I will go down 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, right? But since I went down, the rise is negative 5. Understand? And then, what's next? I will go to the left. By how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? But since I'm going to the left, when you're going to the left, your run is negative. Understand? So now, in this case, my slope is my rise over run. My rise is negative 5. And then my run is negative 6. But either way, the slope that I get is still the same. That is 5 over 6. Is that clear? Okay, so I have the 2 points that we had earlier. Let us now connect these 2 points using a line. So there's our line. And let us recall also that the slope that we obtained earlier for this line is 5 over 6. Now, in general, if the slope is positive, okay, the line always look like this. It is increasing. When I say it is increasing as you look at it from left to right. Or, again, for more clarification, as x increases, that means that the y coordinates also increases. Okay? Remember that. Because remember that if your slope is positive, rise over run, you can think of it as, meaning to say rise and run have the same sign. So if you have positive rise, so you have positive rise, correct? And then positive run, so you will really get a line like this. Or if you want, you can have a negative rise and then a negative run. So either way, your line will always be increased. Okay, so remember that a line with a positive slope is rising. Okay, let's have another example. This time we have negative 3, 6 and 5, 2. Let us compute the slope using first our formula. So using our formula, if I will start at this point, so my slope is change in y, so 6 minus 2, those are the y coordinates, over change in x, but I have to start here again. Negative 3 minus 5. So what is that? 6 minus 2 is 4. Negative 3 minus 5 is negative 8. Or the answer is negative 1/2. Next, graphically, using a graph, let us plot the points. The points are negative 3 and, so this is negative 3, 6, so that is my point. And then 5, 2. 5, 2. Okay. Now, suppose I start here. I will go down, right? So that means negative rise. And then I will go to the right. Since I'm going to the right, my run is positive. Okay? So my slope, rise over run. What is my rise? I go down by 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So my rise is negative 4. Okay? Then what about my run? My run is starting, I'm already starting here, right? Correct? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? And it's positive. So either way, I also get negative 1/2. Now, this is our example. Well, let's connect this by a line. Okay, so let's connect this with a line. So this is the line connecting the line containing these 2 points. Now, here our slope is negative, and in general, when the slope is negative, the slope will be a decreasing line. Again, when I say decreasing, you read it, you look at the line from left to right. You're going down. Okay? So there, a line with a negative slope is falling or decreasing. Okay? Let's have another example. Suppose we want to find the slope between 5,4 and 5,2 using our formula. My slope m, rise, suppose I will start with this one, change in y. So 4 minus 2, correct? This one, all over difference in x. I will start here with the square one, with the squared part. 5 minus 5. Oh no, what happened here? Our denominator is equal to 0. And when you have a fraction and the denominator is 0, what does it mean? Then the answer is undefined. Okay, so what this is saying is that whenever you have 2 points and then you have the same x coordinates, just like in this case, your x coordinates are both equal to 5. If you have the same x coordinates, that means that the slope will be undefined. Okay? Because the denominator, the slope will be undefined because the denominator will be equal to 0. Okay, let's look at this line when you graph it. Graph. Use a graph. Okay, so we have 5, 4, 5, 4, and that's 5, 4. And what else? 5, 2. You have 5, 2. Now, if you connect this by a line, how does our line look like? We have a vertical line. So, you have a vertical line. Now, if you look at these 2 points again, using our rise over run, of course, you have, okay, let's say from 5,2 to 5,4, we are going up. Your rise is positive, correct? But what is your run? You did not go left nor right, correct? You did not do anything. So that's why your run is 0. And that's why your slope now, which is your rise over run, will be equal to, in this case, the denominator is 0. And again, remember, when the denominator is 0, it means that it is undefined. So, what my point here is that whenever you have a vertical line, like this, when you have a vertical line, the slope will be undefined. Alright? A vertical line has undefined slope. Alright, so let's have another example. We want to find the slope between negative 3, 2 and 5, 2. Now, in our previous example, the x-coordinates are the same. Now, this time around, the y-coordinates are the same. What will happen with that one? So, again, let us have, okay, first method using our formula. So, my slope, I will start again with this point. Difference in y-coordinates, so 2 minus the y-coordinate of the other point is also 2, and then over x, difference in x-coordinate, -3 minus 5. So that is 0 over -3 minus 5 is -8. But actually, whatever that is, when you have 0 divided by a number, the answer is, 0 divided by any number, the answer to that is always equal to 0. Now, so my point there is that in general, this always happens when you have same y-coordinate. Alright, so what will happen is that the slope will be equal to 0. How will it look like graphically? So, graph. Let us plot the points. So, our points are -3, 2, and 5, 2. There we go. And then let us connect it with the line. Aha, that is now a horizontal line, correct? Now, if you have a horizontal line, let's see again if we use our rise over run. My slope, which is rise over run. Okay, did I go up from this point to this point? Did I go up or down? No. So, since I didn't go up nor down, my rise is 0. But then, of course, I have a run. But whatever the answer to that is, 0 divided by any number is equal to 0. Understand? So remember that a horizontal line has 0 slope. Okay? Okay, so let us summarize what we learned from our examples. If we have a line which is increasing, when I say increasing, you were looking at it from left to right. From left to right, it is increasing or it is rising. What can you say about the slope there? The slope is positive, right? If the line is like this, it is going down. Again, and when you look at it from left to right, it is falling. The slope is negative. Now, when I was your age, I'm always confused between undefined slope and slope equal to 0. I always interchange. When is it a vertical line? When is it a horizontal line? Okay, so that you do not have to memorize it, you have to always understand. And the reason why you in order to understand it is you always have to look at your rise over run. So for example, you already forgot, okay, I have a vertical line. Is the slope 0 or undefined? You always look at 2 points in your line. Which one is 0? Is it the rise or the run? Now, in this case, which one is, do you have a rise? Yes, you have a rise, correct? But you do not go you do not go left nor right, correct? So that means your run here is 0. And remember that the slope is rise over run. And since the denominator will be equal to 0 in this case, that means that the slope will be undefined. Alright? Undefined. Whereas in this case, if you have a horizontal line, which one is 0 here? Your rise. From this point to this point, you did not go up, correct? So here, my rise is equal to 0. Since my numerator is 0, that means that my slope is equal to 0. Clear? Alright, so the next thing that we want to do is, suppose we're just given the graph of a line, or we're just given a line in a coordinate plane, and we want to determine the slope of that line. Now, to get the slope of a line, even if we use any 2 points, the slope will always be the same. Okay? So what you need to do, for example, I have this line over here, you just get 2 points na you're sure of the coordinates, and usually I want the coordinates to be integers, integral value. So for example, in this case, I will use the points, this one. What is this point? This is the point 0, -2. And what else? Let's say I want it to be exact. Okay, this one, this point over here, what is this? This is the point -6, 3, correct? Okay, so I will get 2 points there, and then what you can do is you can either use the formula. So this one, you already have 2 points, and then you can use the formula, rise over run, or you just look at the graph and do the rise over run thing. So what I will do here is I will just use the rise over run. Okay, so from this point, my rise, I'm going down up to here. So my slope, rise over run, my rise is, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, correct? That's 5. So my rise is where I went down, so my rise is negative. Then my run, from this point, I will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Since I went to the right, my run is positive. Okay, so there you go. My slope is -5/6. Clear? Next, another example. I will get 2 integral values. Oh, this is nice. I can use this point. What is this point, class? And this point. Okay, that point there is, this point is 5. The x-axis, the number on the x-axis is 5, but on the y-axis, that's 0. And then this is 0, -4, right? Again, you do not have to put a label. I just want to for you to practice your your rectangular coordinate system, okay, and giving the coordinates of a point. But anyway, so from this point, I will go down by 1, 2, 3, 4. I went down, so my rise is -4, and then go to the, I already stopped at this point. I am going to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Correct? So my run is 5. And that is positive. That is negative, I mean, because I went to the left. So therefore, my slope is 4/5. Again, it makes sense because remember that the slope here is positive because our slope, our line is going up. So if you have a line which is going up, the slope should be positive. Alright, so suppose we are given these 2 lines. Imagine that this is a mountain and you want to climb it. Which mountain are you going to climb? The blue one or the orange one? Answer is blue one, because this is less steep than this one, the orange one. Okay, now let us look at the slopes of this line. So for the orange line, rise over run. What is our slope? So the nice thing about this is that both of them pass through the origin. So that's automatically my other point, correct? So what is my rise here? My rise is 2, right? 1, 2. But my run is negative 1. So for the orange line, the slope is negative 2. What about for the blue line? I will get this point here. In this case, my rise is 1. I want to go to this point, right? My rise is 1. I went up. And then I went to the left. So that's negative. Left by 1, 2 units. So that's negative 2, correct? So the slope is negative 1/2. Now the point there is that, let me just write it there, the slope of this one is negative 2. For the blue line, the slope is negative 1/2. Let me just write this because m is equal to negative 2. Now, the point here is that the more negative, what I want to point out here is that the more negative slope, the line with the more negative slope will be steeper. So for example, if I ask you, which one is steeper? The one with slope equals negative 6 or slope equal to negative 2? Which one is steeper? The answer is the more negative. So this is steeper. Okay? Okay, what if we are given these two lines? Now take note that these two lines are both increasing, right? Therefore, both of their slopes are going to be positive. Now, upon checking, you can check that the slope of the orange line is equal to 2, whereas the slope of the blue line is equal to 1/2. Okay, so in this case, if both of the slopes are positive, which one would be steeper? Which one would be steeper? The line with the bigger slope. Alright? So my point there is that the bigger slope means that the line would be steeper. Okay? Now what if we have lines like this wherein one is increasing and one is decreasing? So these are actually the lines that we had earlier. So the orange line here is a slope equal to 2, and then the blue line has slope equal to negative 1/2. Okay, so in this case, both one is positive, one is negative. But upon looking at the picture, which one is steeper? Which one is harder to climb? The one with the orange line. Correct. So how do we compare lines wherein the slopes they have different signs? One is positive or one is negative. Now the key in all of this, I just want to generalize, is that we just look at the absolute value of the slopes, because remember that the signs of the slope slopes will only tell us whether our line is rising or whether it is falling. But the absolute value, meaning to say, the number, you just without looking at the sign, the absolute value of the slopes will tell you the steepness of the lines. My point here is that the slope is actually a measure of the steepness of your line. So slope is a measure of steepness of a line. And how do we determine the steepness? The bigger the absolute value, the bigger absolute value of slope will be the steeper line. Okay, so let me check your understanding. Suppose I have a line, I have two lines with slope equal to 3, and the other one slope is -7. Which one is steeper? Which one is steeper? The answer is the slope with equal to -7, because the absolute value of -7 is 7. So you just look at the number and you do not look at the signs. 7 is greater than 7. 7 is greater than 3. So therefore that one is steeper. Understand? Another example. Suppose I have a line with slopes equal to 2 and slope equal to 40. Which one is steeper? The bigger absolute value, which is 40. Understand? Now let me just summarize what we did. So the slope of the line measures the steepness of your line, and the bigger the absolute value of the slope, the steeper the line is. Okay? Okay, so let's have a quiz. So you can pause the video so that we can answer the following questions, and at the end of this video the answers will be provided. Please comment your score on the comment section given below.
Thank you for watching my video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and also watch for more videos here.